Yes, people, evening. How you doing? Hope you're well. Welcome back to Football's 12th Man. As ever, I'm your host, Dan Potts, and I've got a very special guest with me tonight. Troopz is back again in the house. How are you, my bro?
I was all right until I saw that little bit of news, blood. You get me?
Yeah, man, we're going to get into it, man. We're going to get into it. Let's see how exciting things can get. And then you can see Arsenal fans get gassed up, and then straight away, it looks as if this news could be changing potentially things, Troops. Let's talk a little bit, first of all, about some of the rumours that we're hearing, man. And we're going to come on to Jesus first of all. Like, in terms of the Cronkies and their spend and their war chest, man, like, do you feel excited by this window, or do you see it as a bit of same old stuff? Like, what are you feeling at the moment?
I'm a little excited. You get me? I'm not gonna lie because it is very different. We don't normally move early. You understand? We normally
Mm,
dilly dally and we watch everyone do their business and then we just pick up scraps. You understand? We have actually identified quality targets and from the looks of it, we're doing all we can to bring them in.
mm,
So with the Fabio Vieira one, I'm happy with that. Obviously, Jesus is basically done because we see him at training ground.
mhm.
So happy with that as well. But I still want more. You get me? We still need more. You understand? What
Mm.
we have
Yep.
right now is still not enough. But signs are looking good. You get me? Looking more positive than I've seen in maybe in like regarding the transfer window. This is probably since like I don't even know, Dan Blood. You get me? Probably when we signed Alexis. You understand?
Yeah, true story, man. True story. I must admit, like the rumors are all good. I want to see some action, and we've now finally got one piece of business done that'll probably excite a lot of the fan base in terms of Gabriel Jesus. I agree with you. I think Marquinhos and Fabio Vieira are going to be unknowns at the moment. They're young kids. They're not suited to the Premier League. One of them's only come from Brazil, like Martinelli did. And I think what people do in this fan base is they start to get gassed up on him just because they believe he's going to be the next Martinelli. We need to see him kick a ball first, man. Do you know what I'm saying? And then, of course, Fabio Vieira's come from Portugal, highly rated. A lot of the Luis Diaz videos that he was in, Fabio Vieira was in as well, creating stuff. So if he's going to bring that kind of form over and be that highly rated, high ceiling type, then of course that's going to be fairly exciting. But I'm holding my kind of judgment until he's put that shirt on. But with Gabriel Jesus, bruv, I want to get your ideas on this one because a lot of mixed opinions in terms of why he didn't really make it at Man City as a kind of great or as a legend, so to speak. But his work rate's there, the link up plays there, can play in a lot of positions. What's your thoughts on this signing, man?
I'm happy with Jesus. I mean, if you look at his goals to if you look at his goals to starts, it's pretty decent. You understand? It's pretty decent in the Premier League. Assist as well. You get me? He does better starting than he does coming off the bench, and he's what we need. We need someone that can play down the middle. You get me? He can play down
Mm,
the middle. Arteta knows him very well, so Arteta knows how to get the best out of him. I think him as well. He can attract other players. You understand? Because he's a name. He's not like at the top of the food chain, but he's a name in world football. Everyone knows Jesus. You understand? Right now, you get me. We got like Saka, but he's a young buck. Jesus is more about to enter his prime. We know what he's capable of. We know that there's potential for him to kick on. So other
yep.
players will see that as well and think, yeah, you understand? I want to go to Arsenal. The project is looking decent. You get me? So I'm happy with Jesus, bro.
Yeah, listen, I'm happy with it as well because I feel like he's a hungry player. Like the two players that I wanted, right, was Tammy Abraham and Gabriel Jesus for our strikers. And the reason I wanted them wasn't just because they're two players that are on form and understand the Premier League, but they're hungry to prove himself. And that's what I think Gabriel Jesus will bring to Arsenal is I'm hungry to prove to Man City that getting rid of me weren't a smart move. And I like that mentality. I think he's got the winning mentality, mate. I think he's won a lot of stuff. I think also what you got with Gabriel Jesus is the versatility that he can play across all front three positions. And I think what you've also got is somebody who understands whether you like him or not, Mikel Arteta. Because I think that Mikel Arteta has seen something in him and he's seen the high press that Gabriel Jesus brings. And we believe, even though at times me and you haven't really seen it, we believe that's the sort of striker that he does want. And Lacazette just wasn't really that guy that he saw going forward. And obviously Aubameyang, we know the problems there. So I think when you look at what Gabriel Jesus will bring, I think it's exciting. But my question to you, Troops, is that enough, bruv? Because we've got Nketiah, who we've seen sign a new long-term deal, and Jesus. Like, is that enough for us going forward, bro? Or do we still need one more? Because I would say we need another kind of strong, tall, physical presence type profile striker. Do you know what I mean?
My preference would have been to get rid of Nketiah and go out and get like an Ivan Toney or that type of player. You get me? A plan B, someone that's different to what we have now. I think if you add Rafinha to it, obviously it's looking peak now because of the whole Chelsea thing. Yeah, man, they're creeping in Champions League football. Get me? That knocks us out the ballpark. I think if you want to get Rafinha in, then I think if you add like, so you got Rafinha, Saka, Martinelli, Jesus, Smith Rowe, I think that's enough. You get me? I think that is enough to mount a challenge for the top four. Obviously, nowhere near getting second and first, but I think that right there is enough to mount a serious top four challenge because Saka's going to get you 10 goals, Smith Rowe's going to get you 10, Jesus will get you 10 to 15, Rafinha would get you 10 to 15. You get me? So Martinelli will chip in with maybe 5 to 10. Hopefully, he can get into 10 to 15, depending on how much he plays, depending on injuries. So I think you have to get Rafinha though. You understand? If you don't get Rafinha, then there has to be a plan B in there. You understand? There has to be a plan B because everyone knew that, get me, Chelsea were circling. You understand? Everyone knew that, get me, they're the opposition. You get me? They're the threat to us getting Rafinha. So we have to, get me, push this thing into fifth gear now. Because the Jesus deal is done. You get me? All it is pictures and everything there. You understand? So these men need to be breaking their necks to get Rafinha over the line. Because if we lose out on that one, then I don't think we got a plan B. You get me? I think these are our targets that we're going for. You understand? Because there hasn't been really anything else. You get me? That the fan base are pushing the whole Nabry thing. That's not coming out from journalists or, you get me? You feel me? That's a fan base thing. That was like Basuma.
Yeah, man.
That's like that real talk. That's like Basuma, bro. Basuma was a fan base thing. There was no link. Like, yeah, he supports Arsenal. There was nothing linked to us. It was the fan base. You feel me? And Nabry is another one. That's a fan base thing. You get me? There's no strong links. There's none of that, blood. So you feel we have to get Rafinha over the line. Otherwise, that is not enough, blood. It's going to be the same as last year. As the season just gone, we'll miss out on a point, 2 points.
Yeah, listen, I'm with you, man, and I feel you in terms of the Rafinha deal. Let's talk a little bit about that, man. Before we go into the links today with Chelsea, which is obviously gutting, what do you think Rafinha will bring at Arsenal, man? Because I'm a big fan of this lad. I think on form, he was class for Leeds, probably their best player. I think he brings flair. I think he brings creativity. And of course, he's 25, so he can only get better. What's your thoughts on this signing if it happens, mate?
That's the one. You get me? That is the one. For me, I see him as he can be like Alexis. You get me? I think he can come in and make that kind of impact. You understand? You have to look at what he's done with the shit he had around him. If you add him, if you put Jesus next to him, you put Saka, you got Odegaard there. You understand? He's gonna have a lot more chances on goal. You get me? He is clinical as well, blood. You understand? When he's in front of that goal, he don't really miss. You understand? Very composed player, blood. He's dynamic, bro. I mean, you put him on both, any wing, blood. Put him on the left, put him on the right. You could switch him and Saka. You understand? Just say, you man, just interchange whole game, bro. Just fuck it, you're there. It don't matter, blood. You understand? He brings like a different. What's the word, like? He's like a different threat to the attack, blood. You understand? He'll pick up the ball and run with it, blood. You get me? He's like a better Martinelli. You understand? When he gets it, it's just forward. He's not thinking, let me pop it. He's trying to attack. He's trying to pop off and get a shot. You understand? We haven't had that in a lot of years, bro. That's like Alexis. When he would get it and he would go. You understand? I see a lot of people saying, oh, Rafinha loses the ball a lot. Bro, do you know how many times Alexis lost the ball?
Yeah, you know.
Half times that brother would lose the ball, yeah? I'd be like, it wouldn't even bother me, bro. Because I know, like, the reason why you're losing it is because you're trying to make things happen. You're going forward. You understand? There's a chance you're going to lose it. You're not playing safe. You get me? That's the thing I like about Rafinha as well. You don't want to play safe. You understand? He's trying to go for man's neck, bro. You get me? So,
yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, man. I feel there's that tenacity about him, like Sanchez had. Do you know what I mean? And I think whenever Alexis, although he lost the ball, there was enough credit in the bank because of what he did with the ball that made up for that. And I think Rafinha, you're right. Sometimes with Martinelli, it's a little bit too rash, a little bit raw at times. I love Martinelli, don't get me wrong. But I think you're right in comparing the two because I think what Rafinha will bring is something a lot more consistent. And certainly for Leeds, I thought he was exceptional, man. So I'm with you there 100%, bro.
Trust me, because that's the thing. Like Martinelli, I love him, like you said, bro. But he frustrates me, blood. You get me? He frustrates me. Like he's still developing. You understand? He's still learning his game. He's not at that. He's not at that point yet where Rafinha is at that point. His decision making is on point. You understand? He knows when to drive. He knows when to pop it. He knows. You understand? He knows when to have a shot. So we have to, and with like this team coming out now, these man better be on the phone right now, bro. These man better be on the phone right now. And you understand? Because I heard he's in Europe now. You get me? I think he's in France. I think he's in Spain or something, blood.
Oh, okay.
He's not even in Brazil. I heard he's in Spain or something. So these man better be tracking his clock, blood. Because if Bowie gets on the phone to him, this could go left quickly.
Yeah, man. Let's talk a little bit about that.
The only thing that's kind of making me think, like, you know what, we still got a chance is that there's rumours going around that Tuchel wants him as a left wing back.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
wow.
That's what I see. Like, you understand? I don't know. One rumour I see, he was like he wanted a 1v1 attacker. The next thing I see, there's rumours that he wants to play him as a wing back, and then because apparently Ornstein said that Chelsea want him as a left wing back, but we want to play him in his natural position. So
okay,
I don't know,
so
maybe
yeah, that could give us an advantage, but I'm trying to think of how we can have an advantage, man. So let's talk a little bit about that, man. Because if Chelsea are coming in, bruv, I ain't going to lie, bro, that's going to be hard for us because they're going to look at Champions League football. They're going to offer a lot more in terms of an elite manager trying to take them forward with a new ownership that have something to prove. Maybe Rafinha would fancy that. My question to you is, do you think that Arsenal have still enough pull to allow Rafinha to realise that it would be a good decision to come to Arsenal? Like, what would the pull and the positives be for him coming to us still, mate?
Magalhaes, blood.
That's what I'm thinking. The Brazilians are already there.
He's in a group chat. He's in a group chat with Magalhaes. You understand? That's his close brethren. Jesus is there. Martinelli's there. The greats that have the great Brazilian players that have played for our club as well. You understand? You can look back at that. You get me? We still have a pool. You understand? The only thing where we fuck up is Champions League. If we had Champions League, then I'd be like, we're good. We can get him. We got enough to pull him. Champions League. What? They got Champions League. Yeah, so do we. What? So do we.
Yeah.
And we've got half your man them here as well, blood. We've got half your gang here as well. Yeah, there's you get me. Also,
yeah, man.
It will be easier for him to settle into Arsenal. You understand? Because of the familiar surroundings. You get me? At Chelsea, who's there, blood? You understand? Yeah, you're coming London. You can link up with Gabriel out of work. You get me?
Yeah. Thiago Silva, man. That's the only one I can think of.
You feel me? You understand? And I can't see him having a close relationship with Thiago Silva because he's a lot older.
Yeah, agreed.
You feel me? That man is his age group, bro. You understand? It's a lot like when Aguero went to City. He had no one to roll with, so he went to go check De Gea. He go to De Gea's on Christmas and all that shit because they were Atletico together. You understand? There was no one in his circle. That's how he settled, was that. I'm going to tell Gabriel, don't fucking help him settle if he goes there, blood. Yeah? Don't check him, bro. You understand? Christmas time come up. Now, fuck that, blood. Yeah, fuck that, bro. You choose them man there, go to your blood clot thing. You understand? But we're going to have to use, like, heartstrings. You get me? We're going to have to use Gabriel because the same way that Mertesacker tapped up fucking Ozil, them and Podolski, them two were on fucking international duty. They was in Ozil's ear. Yo, rare, te. Magalhaes needs to be doing that right now, blood. You understand? Gabs has got to be doing that right now. You get me? Even Jesus should be telling him, yo, I'm going, bro. You understand? Like, they're just together in the Brazilian national team. So, you understand? Facts. All four of them were together as well. So you have to remember as well. They were all just together. Yeah, Thiago Silva. I don't even know if Thiago Silva was there. But I know Martinelli was there. Gabriel was there. Jesus was there. And Rafinha was there. There's a picture with all four of them, blood. Training. And then there's a picture with Martinelli and Jesus are coming on. And Rafinha's going off. You understand? So these men have all been around each other in that break, bro. So Jesus has blatantly told him, I'm cutting from City. Like, yo, whatever's going on at Arsenal, I believe it. I'm going, bro. You get me? Martinelli's there in his ear as well. Gabriel, like, that's what we're going to have to do to pull him. You get me? Because when it comes to, like, offering him the top of the table European football, we can't do that we can't do that this year.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. And Johnny's made a good point in the chat, man. Big up, Johnny. He says Deco is his agent, so the Chelsea link might not be good news for us. But let's hope that doesn't matter too much. I think Deco's clubs being Chelsea and Barca.
Yeah, but did Deco really enjoy his time at Chelsea? That's what we have to find out as well.
Good point.
You understand? You have to find out if he had, if he enjoyed his stay there as well, bro. Because he played like you could play for a team and then you could I don't fuck with him. Deco's more pushing for him to go Barca, but there's no chance of him going Barca.
Listen, if we stay positive with it, bro, that it's going to happen, right? Let's just imagine we get Rafinha as well as Jesus, right? This attack is starting to look okay again. So what I'm getting at, Troopz, is we've got the Martinellis and the Smith Rowes and the Sakas. We've got Rafinha's now. We've got Fabio Vieiras and Erdegaards. And, of course, we've got Jesus. That, for me, is fairly exciting, again, going forward. Where do you see this kind of formation if Arteta is to get those deals over the line? Do you see it as a kind of a 4-3-3? Do you see a 4-2-3-1? Do we try something different? Like, what do you think, like, the kind of starting front three, let's say, would be?
As it, like, you have to remember Tielemans as well, innit?
Yeah, Tielemans, Vieira, if he starts.
If Tielemans came, so if we never got Tielemans, I think it would be a 4-2-3-1. If we got Tielemans, I think it would be a 4-3-3. I think it would be a Partey, Tielemans, and Odegaard midfield.
Yep, so
I think that would be the midfield, and I think you'd have Rafinha, Saka, and Jesus, and then you'd have Martinelli, Smith Rowe, Nketiah. Fuck knows what's going on with Pepe, because I see him put up something on his Snapchat that he's back at the club today. I ain't heard no links with Pepe, so you get me. Pepe could still be making an impact off the bench. You understand? If we don't get Tielemans, then it's a 4-2-3-1. We're stuck with fucking Xhaka and Partey. You get me? Real talk, bro. We're stuck with this fucking fraud. You understand? Fucking Wallad. Yeah. We're stuck with him. And then it will be Odegaard, Saka, Rafinha, and then fucking Jesus down the middle.
Yeah, man.
So
and then this...
I think the formation depends on whether we get Tielemans or not.
Yeah, no, I think you're right, man. And this Tielemans thing we'll come on to in a bit, but that sounds like it's cooled off. But this Vieira deal, I'm interested to know whereabouts you see this guy fitting in, man. Like, is he going to be potentially, if we don't get Tielemans, could he take Xhaka's place as a left 8? Do you see him just, if Erdegaard's not about, he's going to slot in there? Do you think he can come and play wide? Or do you think it's a bit of all three, mate? Like, where do you see this guy fitting in?
I think he's going to be in the Odegaard role. I think that's his most suited position. You get me? He's played in midfield. He has played in that left centre midfield role. He's played all along the front line. Obviously, like on the left, on the right, and he's 10. He ain't played up top, but I see him as he's like a 8/10. I see him as that. I don't see him as like an out and out centre midfielder. I see him a bit more forward. You get me? I don't see him as a 4 or 5.
Yeah, man, I agree. And I feel like with this Fabio Vieira, what we're going to see is a little bit of a rawness and pressure off. Like, the pressure's off for me. I know we spent a lot of money on him, but you got to give a young kid, like we did with all the others that came to this league, and any player, it doesn't really matter what their age is, but someone who's young as well, I'm going to give him this season to see what he's all about. I'm not going to expect much from him. I'm not going to give him any targets of hitting 10 to 12 goals, nothing like that. I just want to see what this guy's about, because they've spent a lot of money on him because he's highly rated. Is he going to be a Bernardo Silva, Bruno Fernandes, or is he going to be someone who comes in and takes a few years to settle? Do you know what I mean? It could be a complete disaster signing, or it could be a stroke of genius. We're yet to find that out, man. I want to come on to a comment in here from Pedro, Chelsea fan. He says, "I'd be scared of Arsenal if you had anyone other than Arteta managing your club." I must admit, man, we're still getting this Troopz from Arsenal fans. From opposing fans. They're still looking at Mikel Arteta going, look, it's lovely seeing Arsenal signing people, but I still don't have any faith in your manager. And there's fans like myself, you, judges, Lee Gunner, there's a couple of us that still got our doubts about Mikel Arteta. But if this business happens, man, surely there's no more excuses for Mikel Arteta, bruv. If we're getting backed again, it's got to be Champions League or bust, mate.
If he gets everything over the line, like for me, he should be sacked already because we have top 4 in our hands. I said, if you don't get top 4, then you need to get P45 settings, bro. You understand? You need to be getting your fucking sign-on money every 2 weeks, rude boy. £198. You understand? JSA settings, bro. That's what you deserve, blood. You understand? I don't even know if it's JSA. I don't even know what the fuck it is now, blood. Yeah, I was doing it when I was like fucking 18, 19, blood. That was like fucking 14, fucking 15 years ago. So I don't even know what these fucking, I don't even know what it is now, blood. If you let me know in the comments, blood. You understand? I'm sure someone will fucking know. You get me? But that's the kind of vibe I was on. Sack his blood clot. If you give him all of this ammunition, you basically giving him a gun and say, go rob the bank. And if you don't rob the bank with a big AK-47, you understand? You got grenades, you got a bulletproof vest, you got your bulletproof car outside ready to get away. You understand? You got one of the best getaway drivers in the world waiting on you. Route planned out, Route 66, route whatever, interstate, outer state, M25. Bro, you gone. Yeah? Bro, man, sack. Let me tell you something. If top 4 is not, say like we get to like March, yeah, April, and we're not in that race for the top 4, yeah, I'd sack him then.
Yeah, so would I, bro.
I'd sack him then, bro. I'd sack him then, blood. I wouldn't even let you finish the season because you spent what? You spent 250. What is it? 200 or 250 last year?
It's 450 now in total if we spend 200 million, which is rumored this summer.
You feel me? You have got more tools than Wenger had in his entire tenure at the club. Yeah, entire tenure, bro. You get me? You better fucking get top 4, boy. You understand? I'm expecting a trophy as well, bro. I'm expecting a trophy as well, blood. I'm not. If everything comes in that they say, blood, yeah, I want a trophy and top 4. I'm fuck all of this. Nah, blood. You're having a laugh, mate. You bring all that in and we don't get. Now you're mad. You're mad. No way.
Listen, I'm with you all the way, and I think that people who say that that's unrealistic are just talking nonsense. Because the way I see it is this: we're going into this season having been rumoured with some of these players that are supposed to be coming in. If you can't win that Europa League and get us in the top 4, I don't think that's an achievement, mate. We're spending 450 million. So I don't mind if we don't go into the deep stages of both of the domestic cups if we get knocked out to Manchester or City or Liverpool, right? But I'm not having this Nottingham Forest knocking us out in the 3rd round again. I'm not accepting that anymore. I want to be going into the deep stages of those domestic cups because that's what I believe Arsenal have always been able to do, no matter who's managing us. So why is it any different now?
When Wenger was there and we used to send the kids into the Carling Cup, we'd get to quarter-final, semi-final.
We would, easily. Yeah. So why is it different now? And I think with the FA Cup as well, you know, this is a cup that, by the way, he won in 2020 and, in my opinion, gave him a load of kind of positivity around the place. Maybe rightly so when we won a trophy, because trophy's a trophy. But actually, when you look at it, you think, why then have we just rolled over in the last 2 years against Forest and Southampton?
We've gone backwards.
We've not kicked on. Exactly. It's like we've done that, so let's just forget about those trophies now and let's try and do what we can in the European competitions. And when we're out of Europe, let's try and go for that top 4. I wanted to see us go in the domestic cups this season because that was the only thing that we could have had done to us. So I'm going for it again, mate. I'm sorry, I have higher demands. I raise the standards of this football club because it's what I grew up on, was winning. And I want to win every competition that we're going into. I don't see this as, them 2 domestic cups, they just get in the way. Let's just go all out for the Europa League and then just wherever we finish, as long as we're in that. No, man, I want top 4 and I think we should be pushing for 3rd place because I think we should be able to go for best of the rest if we're spending this much money. Conte is going to be a problem with Spurs. Chelsea is still going to be a problem because they're going to spend money. But there's no way that you can look at our squad now if we're going to get these players in and say we just can't compete, because we can compete and we should be able to. And Mikel Arteta has got to prove that he's this messiah that some of the fans tell us that he is, because to have 450 million, can you imagine what Conte would do with that? So he has to put up with that, brother. He has to go up with that now, Troopz. He has to go in with Conte and say, I can face you man to man because I've been back with the right tools and I'm going to show you what I can do. And if he can't do that, I'm with you. He's got to go. And I want to see Kroenke. He's backed him. But my fingers are pointing at him if it starts going wrong to say, what are you going to do about this then, Stan? Because the way I see it is this. We have got into the first 5 winnable fixtures and we haven't won all 5. Or we've got, 5 points, let's say 6 points. What are you going to do? Because I'd get rid of him then. I'd say, see you later. You've proven yet again you've had a poor start to the season. I've got to get someone in. Now, let's hope we don't have that. Let's hope we have a brilliant season. Of course, I'm not one of these fans who wants to see us lose so that I can tell everyone that I was right and that Arteta's wrong. See, you're all wrong. I don't go down them games, mate, right? I want Arsenal to win every single game. But I need to be seeing that this ambition of Kroenke is that we want to win now, because he's done it over with the Stanley Cup now at hockey. He's done it with the Super Bowl. I want him to see it, bring it over here, mate. I want him to bring it over here and say, right, I want what I've got over there, I want in England with Arsenal. And if I don't see that, Troopz, I want the Kroenkes gone, mate. I don't care how much money they're putting into this club. If the ambition isn't to go as far as the competitions, I want them gone, man. I want to start again with new ownership and new everything. So that's where I am at. There's no more excuses now. You've given all the tools to this guy. He's got to deliver. And it's exciting because we're getting these players in. But if we're not actually going to be progressing, even with all of them, that's where I'm reserved and have my doubts. And people slate me for it all the time. They can do if they want. They can call me negative, toxic, whatever. I want this club to achieve. And if it doesn't, I'm not going to be happy about it, Troopz. Do you know what I mean?
That's the thing, like, I can't just sit there and see this aggression year after year, blood. You understand? I don't see no progress. I don't see nothing. I don't feel like I'm watching Arsenal. It has to change. You get me? Especially 450 million, bro. There's managers out there that will never get that amount of money to spend in the transfer window in their entire career, bro. This man's got it back to back like Drake. Back to back. These men are moving out there in the strip club, just throwing bands everywhere. He's got no excuses, bro. He's got no excuses. Oh man.
I mean,
that Palace game, yeah. Oh God.
Don't remind me, bro.
We need to understand. We need to start like on point. Like I can't remember last time we had a good start to the season. It's always been shit starts. Always lose the first game of the season. Like it's just that Arteta's first full season when we beat Fulham 3-0 away from home. That's like the first game we won. First game of the season. You understand? We always fuck up. We're always not prepared. You understand? Last season we weren't prepared. We were not prepared. That's why I think these men know like this year they have to be prepared for the start of the season. We have an easy run. August, September. It's October when it gets a bit sticky. We have an easy run up until then. You understand? We need to accumulate as much points as we can.
Yeah, you're bang on, man. And this start to the season, I want to talk to you a little bit about that because obviously Palace, Leicester, Fulham, Bournemouth, Villa, it's looking quite nice, Troopz. So how important is it to you that we do have that start? Because if we don't, the harder games then come after that. And if we can't take 4 points, I mean, I don't think it's unfair for me to say that I want to take 5 wins out of the first 5 because that's what I believe we should be looking to achieve against the likes of Palace, Fulham, Bournemouth, Villa, even Leicester. We shouldn't be looking at them going, yeah, I can't see 4 points out of them. Because if that's our attitude, I worry for our season, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Like, all them teams, winnable games. Winnable games, whether they're home or away, winnable games. If you're Arsenal Football Club, the only games you look at and really think, all right, cool, now we've got to put 10 out of 10 performance. We can't be making mistakes. Concentration levels has to be at the highest level. Are the Uniteds, the Chelseas, the North London Derby, the Palace away. Yeah, it's a London Derby, but Palace away, bro. We're supposed to go there and brunt them, man, and keep it moving. You understand? Man, come Emirates. Man, supposed to slap these, man. You understand? Don't care about it's your first game back in the Premier League. Slappings. You get me? I remember when we used to play these little fucking promoted teams and slap them 5-0. Remember when fucking Barnsley will come up. We get them 5-0. You understand? Go Oakwell, get them 2-3-0. You understand? Yep. Now, little crackhead teams are coming to Emirates and nicking 1-0s. Or nicking points at Emirates and then we're getting fucking pile driver that fucking their ground, blood. You understand? Like, all the games that are winnable, we need to win. You understand? Like, they need to be looking at that fucking start of the season and be like, you know what? We're winning all of these games. Winning all these games. When we play United in September, That's the first test away from home. You get me? That's the first test. The rest of these ones, we're gonna slap all these lot. You get me? That should be the mentality, bro. And if we were to bring in everyone that we're linked with, bro, we can slap all of them. We can slap all of them, bro. I'm telling you, that front line would run riot. Yeah? People will be scared, blood. Yeah? People will be scared, bro. You see how people are talking about us now. They see us moving active. Raw. Where else will get this money from? Raw. What's going on? Raw. And they're scared now, blood. They like, these men have woken up, like. These men have been there for like 20, these men have been there for like 16 years like this, blood. And now we're like, yo, walk on. We're back, blood. You understand? We're awake, blood. Yo, we fell asleep. Man was in a coma. You understand? Man's been in a coma since 2004, blood. You understand? Man just come out the coma now, blood. You get me? There's all fucking iPhones and bare things in the world now, blood. Social media. It was different then, bro. You get me? Leicester all won a league title, blood. What the fuck is going on? You understand? I'm scratching my head, bro. Like, you get me? Real talk, blood. You understand? That's what it feels like. We've been in a coma for fucking all these years, bro. You get me? And now we're awake, blood. You understand? Now we're moving like Arsenal. Okay, this is our target. Bam, bid. Okay, you up? Bam, second bid. Bam, third bid. Done. All right, cool. Let's talk now, blood. You know, that's how we're supposed to move, bro. You get me? I don't mind when I see man say, "Oh, the first bid's rejected," because I know you're going with a low bid. You understand? Because you know, like, you don't want to give them what they want. You get me? You know what you want to give them. You know when you know you can get them to that point where you want them as well. You understand? You just got to fuck with them. Like, all right, cool. We give you 35. Nah, we want 50. All right, cool. I will give you 40. Nah, we want 50. All right, cool. I will give you 45, innit? All right, done. Boom! You get me? Jesus is here now, blood. You understand? That's how we have to do it. That's how we have to move with Rafinha. You get me? They're saying 60-50. So go there with another 45 or 50. You get me? And then, boom! They'll accept it, and then bam! You jump on Rafinha, blood. You understand? You kidnap him and take him to fucking London Colney, bro. You understand? And force him to sign the contract, blood. Pussy-o, sign the contract, bro. You understand? Sign the contract, blood. You understand? You want to leave out of here, blood? You sign the contract, blood. You understand? Real talk, bro. I'm going to start kidnapping players, blood. I'm going to start kidnapping our transfer targets. Fuck it.
Man, you're talking facts though, bro, because this is where I've wanted stuff to be changed over the last few years. The amount of times under Wenger that we see, how much do you want? We're really looking for 50. Oh, we're only going to give you 20. Well, we want 50. Oh, okay, we're not going to give you that. We'll just pull out and we'll go and get someone for 10. Do you know what I mean? Luis Suarez is the prime example of that. 41 million could have got him over the line. No, 40 million a pound. And then they took the piss and almost won the league with him the following season. So I don't want to see any of that nonsense anymore. The other thing I don't want to see is has-been signings. I don't want to see any more Willians. I don't want to see any more David Luiz's, Petr Cechs, Mikhail Silvestres, all those guys. They're done, man. That's the only good thing about this Project Youth side of things. Schillaci, how many more has there been, man? There's been loads more, mate. Almunia, the list goes on, bruv. Mark Poom, I remember we bought Mark Poom at like 39.
Yeah, from Derby. Like. When we bought him, I was like, bro, are we bro? Is this a merchandise like trick where we're trying to blow up in fucking Finland, blood? Like, why are we signing Mark Poom, bro?
It was a madness. It was a madness, mate. So I don't want to see any more of that, man. So I'm with you there. I want to talk to you quickly two more things before we wrap up, man. The last one I want to talk to you about in terms of players is this Sandro Martinez deal. Because this Martinez guy from Ajax, they said the butcher, they call him. Apparently he did some serious damage to a couple of players in the Dutch league last season. This is the type of player that interests me in terms of what we might need and be lacking at the moment is a little bit of physical presence. And I think we're definitely improving on that with players like Kieran Tierney, Gabriel, players like that. But when I look at this signing...
To an extent.
Yeah, fair play. I'll give him that. I don't like the guy, but I'll give him that. So this guy can come in and play left centre-back, left-back and defensive midfield. This sounds quite like a good signing, mate. What's your thoughts on this one and how much do you think this could happen?
Well, it looks like we're pushing hard for him. You understand? I'm hearing more news about him than Rafinha at this moment in time.
Yeah, likewise.
The Rafinha team's kind of slowed down, you understand? Maybe that's because of the Chelsea links. Maybe that's why we're just moving a bit. Maybe we're moving behind the scenes with Rafinha because Chelsea are involved now. So maybe we're like, all right, cool, fuck this. Yo, we're going to understand tunnel vision thing. With Martinez, we've seen that United have gone for Malissa. is it Malisa or something?
Yeah, I don't know how to say it. Yeah.
The little you from Feyenoord, you understand? They got my Dutch brothers every time. You know what I'm saying? You know, I love you lot. You know what I'm saying? But they were the threat to us getting Martinez, i.e., obviously Ten Hag and the man there. It's been his player for a few years, so I think we should be able to get him. I think he brings fucking steel into that defense, blood. You understand? It's the Martin Keown we've been missing, blood.
Yeah, good comparison, man. That is a good comparison.
Because Keown, I remember when Keown, because me and you are the same age, I remember Keown was a DM. I remember seeing Keown playing midfield, then I see him at right back. And then I think he went to Leicester, and then he come back, and then he was a fucking centre back. You understand? I think it was it Leicester? I think it was Leicester.
Might have been Everton, you know. Might have been Everton.
Was it Everton?
Yeah.
I know it was a blue team. I know it was blue. I think it was Everton, yeah. And then he come back, and then boom, kick on as a centre back. Him, I can see him as the same, but I think he more, because he could play left back as well, blood. So he could be cover for Tierney. Get me, Carl. You have to remember that Saliba's coming back, and the talk is that we're gonna offer him a new contract, which is good to see. So it's looking
really good.
You get me? It's looking like Saliba's gonna be there, so he might be cover for Tierney, because Tierney can't last the whole season. You get me?
Yeah.
That's why I wanted Basuma, because I wasn't saying to like replace Partey. I was saying like, you get me? Let's fuck off Elneny and then bring in Basuma, and then get me when Partey brought down. You've got a ready-made replacement just to go in there. You get me? You could play him alongside Partey as well, blood. You understand? So that was my thing. But the Alessandro, I think we can get that done, and it's looking like we will get that done.
And and it does. It does look like that one's more quite likely in terms of advanced talks and personal terms agreed, stuff like that. And I feel, Troopz, that even after all of these links, right, Martinez, even Tielemans, if that happens, Rafinha, if that happens, Jesus, Vieira, Marquinhos, I still feel there is defensive midfield lacking and centre forward lacking if Jesus gets injured. Because I don't rely on Eddie. I don't have faith that he's going to get us the 20 goals that's needed this season if Jesus was to be not there. And I don't have faith that if Partey's injured, Lokonga's ready or Elneny is the guy to take us forward. So I wanted to get your thoughts on that, man. Do you still feel there's a defensive midfielder and a centre forward needed? Because this Martinez can apparently play there in DM. But is that enough? And if Jesus gets injured, do you have the faith that Eddie can take us forward, bruv?
I really got faith in Eddie, I'll be real. Me and Robbie spoke last night on the phone. Robbie's not what I'm on. Yeah. Robbie, what he's saying about Nketiah, I am not on that, blood. You get me? But
well, he rates him. He likes him, yeah?
He thinks he's going to bang next year. You get me? But I personally don't. I can't see it, bro. You get me? The only thing with Jesus is that he don't really have his injury record is good. You understand? You don't really get injured a lot. You get me? His fitness is pretty decent. So on that side, I'm not really worried about Jesus. And I think if we get Rafinha in, we've got enough to cover. You get me, Jesus, because Martinelli, Rafinha, Saka, Smith Rowe, they're all goal scoring threats. You understand? So I think we would have enough to cover the midfield. I don't know, man. Like who? Like DMs out there right now, blood. Like apart from Basuma, like we're not getting Rice. You get me? Like there's not really nothing out there.
I'd probably take a punt on Ibrahim Sangare from PSV, man. I think that guy looks a beast. That Ivory Coast Yaya Toure figure that everyone said Lokonga was going to be. I just don't see Lokonga as an upgrade on Guendouzi or even in a similar mould. I just look at them two as completely different. Lokonga just proved to me that he weren't ready. I felt a bit sorry for him. I think Sambi come in and tried to do a job, and he was hung out to dry a few times, man, by Arteta, in my opinion, asking him to play on his own and putting Xhaka at left back against Brighton, putting him next to Patino against Forest. So maybe I'm being harsh on the lad and he could do a job next season. But I like some of the things he brought, but there's also games where it just proved he weren't ready and weren't what we need. So perhaps I'm being a little bit harsh and I would like to see more of him, but I just feel like, you know what I mean?
I agree with you. He needs a loan. He needs to be loaned. Like him, Balogun, I'd loan them man out. I'd loan them out to Premier League teams. You get me? Like even if you loan him to fucking, I don't know, Forest or one of them man there. You get me?
Yeah, good shout. Yeah, good shout, man.
For me, he needs Premier League experience. He's not strong enough as well. He gets like bullied. You get me? You need to be strong in this league, bro. You have to have a bit. You have to have something about you. You get me? Right now, you don't have that. You get me? Like, I see glimpses, but I don't see enough. You understand? Like,
Yeah, man.
you get me? Look at Camavinga.
Mm,
You understand? That's where
that
you
was the
see
one,
like.
man.
That's where you
That was the
see like,
one.
yo, this kid's gonna be absolute quality, man. You get me? You can see, like with the Congo, you're like, are you man sure this brother's fucking what you lot were saying in Belgium, like? Are you
Yeah.
sure you man? You sure you man? You need to pay a debt or something, blood. You get me? Like you ain't paid the light bill or something, blood. Like something dodgy's going on over there, blood. Because I don't, hear me. The way they spoke of Lakonga, I expected a lot more from him, bro. You get me? And what I've
Yeah.
seen is just Bambi on ice, blood.
Yeah, it's not a player that's ready, in my opinion. There's lots of talk on Seko Fofana, and Adam in the chat has said that as well. I don't know much about him, but from
Yeah, I
Lawrence,
don't know about him.
looks like a player. Yeah, I
Someone
don't know
said that
much
to
about
me.
him.
I don't know him though. Because someone said Fofana, I was like, who? Wesley. They were like,
Yeah, that's
nah,
the only
nah.
one I knew. Yeah.
Yeah. They were like, nah, some next you at Lons. I was like, I don't even watch fucking French league, blood.
Yeah, there you go, man. But we'll see what happens in that position, man. Listen, lastly, before we do go, man, the Amazon documentary is coming out on the 4th of September. 4th of August, even. What's your serious thoughts about his Troopz? Like, are you going to watch it? And what are you interested to see how it's going to kind of our reputation and how it's going to make us look? Or are you just like, nah, I'm not interested. I know all or nothing, it ended nothing. I'm not interested.
I wanna see Arteta in the training room after certain
Yeah,
games.
same, man.
I wanna see the reaction of the players. I wanna see who actually care, who actually stands up and speaks. You understand? Who just sits there like a pussy? You get me? And you'll see as well because the cameras are there. You'll see who's faking it, and you'll see whose intentions are pure. You get me? So, like, because of this fucking YouTube thing, I have to fucking react to every fucking episode, man. So I have to watch the whole fucking thing, like, you get me?
Oh, mate.
So I'm not looking forward to it. I see the trailer. It looks like they're trying to make Aubameyang look. It looks like they're trying to make Abba look like the villain. The way when they were like 0 points, 0 goals, and then there's like a clip of Aubameyang, and I'm like, really, really? Is this what we're doing? Is this what we're doing? This manager bottled top 4 with 3 games to go, and we're blamed. We're Aubameyang's the villain. All right, cool. You get me? But yeah, I'm not looking forward to reacting to them piss poor episodes because it's going to be piss poor, bro. Like, yeah, there's going to be a couple wins, like the Chelsea win away, the Tottenham win at home, but like City 5-0 away from home, the Brentford first game of the season, the Chelsea first home game, Tottenham 3-0, Newcastle. Bro, there's going to be some shit in there, bro. You understand? The Southampton game, the Brighton game, the fucking Palace game, bro. Oh my goodness, bro.
Yeah, it ain't going to be enjoyable at some parts, is it? Let's be honest, man. I literally do not feel like it's something I can sit, watch, and even relax and enjoy. It's just going to be something that I'm going to watch that'll be more interesting than anything else, man, in terms of the dressing room, like you say, the players and also the manager, and then how much of an input some of the coaching staff have had. Because I always question how much, apart from Nicholas Yova, who obviously has done well with the set pieces, I look at some of the others just standing around or even sitting there, and I sometimes think, you bunch of drips, like, come on, help this guy out. He don't know what he's doing here in some games, and they all just sit there. So is that them not knowing what they're doing? Is it them not allowed a voice? Is it that they just trust the guy to get it right? It's going to be so many questions that hopefully will be answered. I didn't watch the City or the Tottenham one, Troops. I don't know if you did, but I don't know how similar it will be. What were they like, man?
So they're very in depth. They show build up to before matches, the tactical play. They show like they show everything, bro. They show everything. There's shit that you think they wouldn't put in, they put in. You understand? So if Abba and him kicked off, that will be in there.
Wow.
Like it will be in there. Like it's fly on the wall shit. You get me?
Oh wow.
Like
Wow.
that clip when they City lost to I think it was Wigan in the FA Cup.
Oh yeah.
Walked in like, shut the fuck up, and you're like, raw, and all of them were talking, and when he says it, they all go, and you see fear in their eyes, bro. You see fear, and then like you see when there's one clip in the Tottenham one when Mourinho goes up to Aurier. He's like, I can't fucking trust you. You are fucking dangerous. You fucking don't know what the fuck you are doing. I can't fucking trust you. You fuck up everything. I'm like, raw.
Wow.
You get me? So if like Potsy, watch it, bro. You get me? Because you're not gonna enjoy it, but you're gonna see everything. You get me?
Man, I'm looking forward to it now, to be honest, because it will show us an interesting insight into the dressing room. Listen, big up yourself, man. I appreciate you coming on as always, brother. And I love everything about what you represent, man. And it's a pleasure to have you on, man. And I'd love to get you on again, Troopz, if you're about, bruv.
Bro, you know my team. You get me? Potsy, you're my brother, you know. You understand? I thought I replied to the message. I was like, bro, I smoke too much weed, but fuck me. I thought I replied, like. That's what I said, bro. I fully thought I replied, bro. I was like, bro, I didn't even open the fucking chat. What the fuck, bro? Like,
Nice, calm.
That's Arsenal, blood. The man just got me staying fried, blood.
Yeah, you know it, man. Listen, it's calm, and it's always great having you on, man. And I absolutely would love to get you on again, mate. And if nobody is following Troopz, please make sure that you are on socials and obviously on his YouTube channel as well.
I need to get you on the pod as well, blood.
Yeah, man, pleasure. Always jump on with you, bro. You know that. Just let me know anytime. I'll jump on, man. We can hopefully start the season in the way that we both want to, man. Let's see what happens. But listen, transfer window is going to be interesting, mate. There's a lot of rumours, and let's hope that there can be less rumours and more action, mate. Let's talk less action. But guys, thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you all in the chat for your interaction. Please make sure, if you haven't done so already, smash a like and subscribe on this for us. I'm heading towards 3K. I've only put out a few videos, so I'm quite humbled to get that already. So please keep it growing. And if you haven't done so already, come follow us on socials and come follow myself at DanArsenal87 and Troopz on his socials and on his channel. Until then, we'll see you next time. And up the Arsenal. Take care, guys.